It's been a week of seconds, Albert.
Has been. The last 3 runners have all run
Second.
Yeah, 2 seconds on Saturday. And following up from Rude, not 2 seconds the week before. But Bruce Marsh told me seconds turn into firsts. So
I'll take a second.
I'm sick of running second. I'd like to win.
So we were on course down in the beautiful Hawke's Bay for Rude Awakening and Petite Midas.
Yeah. It was a good day. It was hot. Took the whole Bosma family down there. And good bunch of owners down there, wasn't there?
Wonderful bunch of owners.
Had Reg and Patsy White.
Yep.
Blair and Denise Martin.
Came all the way down.
Yeah, from north of Auckland. Alan and Paula Keel were there.
Wonderful hosts, Alan and Paula. We had Joy and Jackie.
Yeah, we did. Colin and Verna.
Yep. Jim Kerr.
Yeah, Jim was there.
And briefly Kevin and Janet Billett as well.
Yeah. Kevin and Janice were there too. So it was a good bunch of owners.
Yeah. It was good fun.
Yeah, it was good fun. I couldn't quite pull off a win.
No.
Rudy was excellent. I watched her race and I did think that Daryl maybe should have pressed on and held the lead a bit longer, made the winner work a bit harder. But he got into the 3 back, he got into the trail. Actually, the winner kicked on the turn, put 3 or 4 lengths on them, and Rudy ran him to a long neck. And subsequent to that, we discovered it was the 6th fastest 1200 metres run at Hastings since 2000, and just a fraction outside the track record. And Rudy ran her last 633.4 seconds, which is flying. So that's times that she was running, at her peak, and she's come through it kicking and squealing. So it was a really good run. She's on target for the $50,000 listed City of Napier sprint on the 18th of April.
And
so it was good.
Petite Midas was sort of the opposite way round, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So she led from the front.
She led from the front, and as we discussed, she was a bit new last time into the races. She probably should have been at the trials, not the races, but she learned a stack from that and her subsequent trial, and lead kicked really well. And we were standing just off the post, and we first thought she'd got up, and we weren't sure, were we?
I didn't think she had.
Didn't you?
Yeah, but it was very close.
Well, Doug, our 7-year-old, he said, no, she won, they've cheated. They've cheated, she's won. He was very upset.
So what happened? She got to the lead, and then she switched off a little bit?
No, she got to the lead, and she kicked really well, and she just got run down just on the line by like a horse that had sort of sat and had a bit of cover. But she's got a big future. Good future. Kelly Myers came in and said, I thought I'd won, go and look at the photo. So I did, and there was a centimetre in it, if that. But it was a pretty hard track on Saturday, so we'll, being a little baby, we'll kick her for touch now for the spring, but she's got a big future ahead of her.
Never kick a baby.
Never shake a Steinmarker either.
Okay, so we'll look forward to this weekend and on Friday at Manawatu.
Well, yes, last week we said feedback is a gift.
It's true.
And we got some feedback.
Oh, yes.
And we were asked to put along the bottom of the screen the name of the horses we were talking about, where they're running. But we're not quite that technical, so...
Here we go.
We've got...
Low tech,
but we know... Is that
higher,
the screen?
please.
Higher?
Right over your face.
Can you see that or not?
Yes. It says Manawatu Race 4 Atavari.
Yeah, so we'll talk about her first.
Are you going to hold it the whole time?
Well, shall I? So people know?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so anyway, Atavari, Manawatu, she had a fresh up run a couple of weeks back, a month back, at Trentham over a mile, which she needed. She was better again at her last start, and I think this Friday, she's ready to run a very good race. Drawn barrier 8 of 13, she never seems to draw a good marble. And we've got Michael McNabb on, which I'm very happy about. Hopefully we can settle sort of midfield. And there's rain down there. It'll be a dead to slow track, and I think dead to slow is where she is probably at her best on dead tracks. As long as it doesn't get too heavy, I think she's a really nice each way chance, probably about $10. But I think she can run a really good race.
Manawatu Race 4 Atavari.
Atavari or Atavari. Yeah, and she's a mare that I think will improve too with bit more maturity.
Okay, next cue card, please.
Next cue card?
Yeah.
Do you know what next cue card's got to say?
Manawatu, race 8, Thorn Pass.
Yeah. Here we go. This is the horse. 4th last start. Opie Boston on a good 3 track. Lower.
I said you could put it down.
Oh, I'll put it down.
Yeah.
Charged home. We could have stepped up to a mile, but we've decided to leave him at 1400. The rains come. He grows another leg on dead slow track. So we've got Opie Boston on board. Everything looks good. There's only one thing. You keep looking at the screen.
Sorry. It's just some photos fucking up.
Okay, so the one thing that is against him is he's the one horse that wants an outside draw, and he always draws barrier 1. He's drawn barrier 1 again, and on a wet track, barrier 1 can be a problem because you get stuck on the inside and you can't get out, and the better track's out wide, and it's the last race, you'll be a bit of trouble. But he will be very hard to beat as long as he doesn't get stuck on the rail. Opie Boston on board, very hard to beat.
Do you think Opie Boston's come back down to earth yet?
No.
Yeah. Or Aidan Rodley for that matter.
Yeah, wasn't that fantastic? Seeing Aidan Rodley jump up and down.
Yeah.
Great to see that passion. Yeah. We're talking, of course, about Boston winning the AJC Derby on Mongolian Khan. So, that was just a warm-up for Thorn Pass on Friday. So
we'll take that as a practice run.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it... Well, no, I won't say it. I'll wait. I'll do it.
Don't say it.
Do it at the end.
Next cue card, please.
Tim Pankhurst, this is for you. You know, so you can know what the horses are. Up.
So this is Wellington, race 1, Valoni.
And I think we need to say across the bottom, doubtful starter.
Okay.
It's been raining heavily, well, reasonably steadily in Wellington. We're quite happy to start on a dead to slow track, but I think it's going to be slow to heavy. He's in the first race. Poor Matt Allnut. Matt Allnut's going to Manawatu on Friday, but the races on Saturday. He's going, we've got runners in the first and last races, which is kind of frustrating. It's nice you've got them all sort of grouped together, but we haven't.
Poor Matt Allnut, he's living the dream.
Yeah. So
that's Valoni?
That's Valoni, 6-horse field. Michael McNabb on board, 3-year-old mile. If the rain doesn't come and if he runs, he's very hard to beat. He has improved from his last start win, his debut win, and he's a serious chance. But I believe that the rain is going to come, and I think he's a doubtful starter.
Moving on to race 5, Wellington, race 5, Type Tiger.
Katy Perry's favourite horse. The Tiger, it's quite good. He won a rating 65, and he went up to rating 75. He had one run in 75 grand in the Waipukurau Cup where he got too far back and ran home well, and they dropped him 2 points back to rating 65. So that's quite good because he gets into a lower grade. $17,500 race, 10-horse field, and it's a mile and a half, 2,400 metres, which we've wanted to get him over because he's always finding the line. So he's drawn midfield. I don't think the rain will bother him. I think he'll be quite happy if it's slow to heavy track. We've got Jonathan Riddell on. He is carrying big weights, carrying 59, 2 kilos more than any other horse, and I think there's 54 kilo horses in the race. So he does have to carry weight, but he's a big horse. I like the distance from him. I like the track conditions, and he's a good chance. Type Tiger race 5 at Wellington.
Great. And then in race 9, Wellington.
Race 9.
The double billing. We have Silver Rod and Dixie Express. Race 9, Wellington.
The big goof, Silver Rod, Melissa's maybe favourite horse, and Dixie Express. Now Silver Rod's in the same boat as Valoni, and sort of dead just slow is okay. But if the rain comes, he will not travel to Trentham and he will not run. If he does run on ability, he's a big chance. Michael McNabb in the saddle. Barrier 10, but if it's dead to slow, so shouldn't worry too much. Push forward, find a nice position. But I think he's doubtful now because I think it's still raining Wellington. Dixie Express, we've brought her back for an autumn campaign. She's out of Stark Southmere. We believe she'll like moisture in the tracks. Probably wanted a dead track for her first up though. Like if it gets slow to heavy, it's pretty taxing on them. She's drawn wide. She's drawn 13 of 15, and she tends to always draw wide with this horse. So I think what we'll do with her is we'll probably just ride her as we find her. Miranda Dravinsky's on board claiming a kilo, so she'll have to carry 53.5. I think she'll like the moisture. I just hope it's not too much and doesn't knock around, because she'll improve for it. She'll improve with this run being fresh up, but certainly on a wet track is a chance. Yeah.
And finally, last key card, Canterbury Race 6, Sadler's Rock.
Yeah, this is an interesting horse, interesting runner. We were setting for the New Zealand Cup last year, and in November, and things didn't quite go right with him. We had to give him a little spell. But prior to that, this time last year, he was in great form. Won at Trentham, ran fourth in the Hawke's Bay Gold Cup. He's a horse that is now even looking for even more ground. He's got a little bit more dower, and he just wants the further the better because he keeps going. He had a virus after his last race. We've cured him of that. We've sent him down for a 2-race campaign at Riccarton for 2 reasons. One, this Saturday, there's a 2,000 metre race from Open Handicap worth $25,000, which he can run in, which is a little bit too short for him, but he can run a nice race. But in 3 weeks' time, there's a $40,000 2,500 metre race, and we think that is perfect for him. So he'll run Saturday, then in that, because we also suited Riccarton because we want to look at the New Zealand Cup from November, so we want to give him experience on that track. So on Saturday, he's drawn barrier 5 of 10. We've got Mark Duplessis on board, rapt about that, top jockey heading down to Riccarton. And he can be very competitive on Saturday. We don't want too much moisture, as long as it's a firm to just dead track. The 2,000 metres is a touch short for him, but I think he can be very competitive on Saturday. Yeah.
That's Canterbury Race 6, Sadler's Rock.
Canterbury Race 6, Sadler's Rock. Carrying, I think it's carrying 55 kilos, so it's pretty good, or it might be 54. So now you can ask me what you think our best bet of the weekend is.
What's the best bet of the weekend,
That's a
Albert?
good question, isn't it? I think Thorn Pass is definitely our best bet.
You're going a bit out of focus, hun.
Am
Can
I?
you lean in a bit? That's better.
I think Thorn Pass is definitely our best bet for the weekend. I think his fresh up run was great. He's looking for moisture. He's got it. I think he's our best. I think he's our best winning chance. But I think we've got a couple of really good chances at odds as well. I think that Type of Tiger and Adavari are both really good chances at odds. I think Dixie Express will probably pay 25, so I think she should be half that. And I think Sadler's Rock is probably the most interesting runner for the weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. We want to try and banish those seconds and have some firsts this week.
And just on a final note, any comment on Noel Harris's retirement?
Yeah, what a wonderful jockey he's been. He was, when we first started out, he rode my very first horse, Silky Red Boxer, and he won a Group 2 on him. He won the Japan Trophy, he won a Group 3 on him, the Thoroughbred Breeders' Stakes. He was, I guess, our first jockey we got to know really well. He's a legend. He's passed on his genes. Troy Harris is a super jockey and a super guy, a neat guy. It's kind of sad. It'll be funny going the races and not having Noel riding anymore, but he's gone out on his terms, and you know, and I would have been great to see him win on Saturday, but he's got plenty of wins that he can look back on. Yeah, he's a legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the best, Noel, for your retirement.
Thanks, Albert.
All right, cheers.
Bye.